I have an exciting announcement to share with you today. The Miraculous Success Academy 2024 is open now for you to join. So if you are an entrepreneur who has been thinking about epic levels of success in your business, and you have had that niggle inside that's like, this is my year. This is the time I am going all in. This is the time I am really stepping up and rising. Then this is for you. I want you to join me in this incredible experience where you get to spend some time with me as your coach, mentor, guide, and you get to learn, expand, and grow with other amazing women who are all on a journey to make incredible impact in this world. So if that's you, make sure you go and have a look at the links in the bio and come and join us. What have you got to lose? 2024 really is going to be your year. Hope to see you in there. Welcome to the Soulful Badass podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Jackson, an intuitive success coach from the UK, and I'm here to help entrepreneurs, leaders, and soul-aligned goddesses to create epic levels of success and impact in your life and your business. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you are tuning in every week for mindset talk, manifestation, magic, and incredible interviews with other soul-aligned entrepreneurs. So hit the subscribe button, and I'd love to invite you to come and join the Soulful Badass community. All the links are in the show notes. Please go and click them, and I'll see you in there. Welcome to day 3 of the Success Challenge. Now, today is the topic that I love to talk about because this is the one where people get the most tripped up. It is how you make it super easy. Because we have been trained to make things more difficult than they need to be. So today is going to be really powerful in getting you moving on these desires and stepping into success. So hopefully on day 1, you really tapped into the energy you want to create and the version of you that would be living that life now if you just let yourself and you knew you couldn't fail. And then yesterday on day 2, we went through who do you need to be? What do you need to believe about yourself? So I hope you've managed to have a look at those days. And today we're moving into how you make it easy. So we've been trained that we need to have a plan. We need to have a structure. We need to have a strategy. So if you've got these big dreams, you're going to need to know exactly how to get there. But the universe is a huge divine matrix where all the energy is connected and actually can bring things into fruition in a better way than you could ever possibly imagine. The fact that we think we need to know the answers and we need to know the map of how to get from A to B is often our ego kicking in. The part of you that thinks it knows everything and the part of you that thinks it should know everything. And this is your logician mind. So your ego comes out in lots of different ways, but your logician is the one that will play out the most. And society actually thinks that this is the right way to do things, to be logical, to be sensible. And often it's the one that really does stall us. Because if you've had a big dream and on day 1 you had a massive dream about becoming a millionaire or traveling the world or doing something that is something you have never done before, your logician mindset is going to say to you, well, you've never done it before, you don't know how. And then you go, well, if I don't know how, why am I trying? It's something that I might fail at. So instantly you're knocking yourself and you're knocking your confidence. But actually, that isn't how the universe works. Like I said, the universe gives you your desires to go after. And also, it doesn't give you desires that you cannot get. So your desires are going to be different to my desires. And that's because we've all got a different life path. The fact is that you have those desires is the proof that you are meant to have them. You are meant to have them physically. They are meant to be in your reality. They are meant to be yours because they're already mapped for you. And the beauty of this is there must be a way, because there is a version of you now living that life. This is where it can get super easy. When we have them desires and when we get into that excited mode of feeling into them, and I hope you've got that idea and that energy of what it feels like to have them now. And once you're in that space, that's when you can go, what is my part in this? And this is where all we need to do is ask for the guidance. And the guidance will come from yourself, your intuition. It'll drop in as a thought. It'll come as a creative idea. You don't even need to know how it will come to you, but it'll naturally come to you. And what will happen then is you act. So you get the inspired action, you get the creative energy, you get the idea, and you take the action. And in the simplest form, that is how you make it easy, and that is how you follow the path you are meant to be following. So you get into the energy of the vibration of what you want to bring in, you ask what is your part in it, and you let the answer come. That sounds super easy, and you might be sat there thinking, yeah, Rachel, that would be great. But let me just talk you through this, because it is really that easy. And that is how you find yourself in flow and alignment. And you might have felt those times when you just feel like everything's going right. And that is because you're following the next thing that lights you up. And when you get out of that part, when you get out of that path, it's because you start to knock yourself and go, well, it can't be that easy. Surely it can't be that easy. I've got to plan more. I've got to be more strategic. I've got to, look at my next 5-year plan. Really don't. So what you need to do is you need to ask for the guidance. You need to get in the energy and ask, what is your part in this? And when you see something, feel something, hear something, being offered something that lights you up, that gets you excited, that your tuning fork's going zing, that is when you act. You take the action. You don't sit there with it. You don't wait till you've mapped it all out. You act, and you act quick. And as soon as you act, you'll get your next step, and then you'll get your next step and the next step. And this is how you build your 5-year plan, and you end up looking back at the connections of what you've created. So how it happens is, and there's a Steve Jobs quote on this, you can't connect the dots at the time. You've got to follow the next step and have trust that all the dots will connect. And when you look back, you start to see that all the dots have connected naturally. Now, I'm not paraphrasing there. That's not exactly how he says it, but it's along those lines. And this is what happens. You follow the next step, you follow the next step, you follow the next step. And it's always what lights you up. It's always what gets you excited. And even if it's just a pang of excitement, and then it's like your ego kicking in, go, no, that is a sign that is for you. As soon as you get that sign, that the pang of excitement, you go for it. You do the thing. And then when you look back, you notice that all the dots have connected all the way along. And suddenly you're so much further than you ever thought you would be. So the challenge today is to get into that energy and say to yourself, what would you be doing? What is your part in this? And let yourself know that you cannot fail. When you get that inspired action, it is taking you to somewhere, whether it's going to work out as you think or not, you're going to learn something. And actually, that is the next step on you getting that big desire that you want. Now, the journey is not yours to plan out. The universe knows the way, and it knows the best and the quickest and the fastest way to get you there. So you don't have to worry about any of that. You just need to take the action. So today I want you to think of, if you were really brave enough, if you had that 20 seconds of courage, remember 20 seconds of insane courage can literally change everything. So if you had that 20 seconds of insane courage and you took action towards your dream today and did something that just felt good and felt in alignment, what would that be? What would you be doing? And it is that simple, because as soon as you do that, and as soon as you get in the practice of this, you will start to see that you build amazing momentum towards your success. So pop in the group today what action you feel aligned to take and when are you going to take it. And I'll give you an example of how this played out for me. I wrote the Soulpreneur Academy, which was my Soul Aligned bootcamp that I launched last year. I got the idea for that in the bath. It was a Sunday evening, I was having a bath. I got an idea. I need to launch a boot camp. It needs to be 6 weeks long. And these are the headings of each week. And that was it. And I was like, right, got it. And then the next day it was out. There was a sales page for it and it was open to buy. And that has literally built on my journey now to where I run the Miraculous Success Academy, which is all about expanding entrepreneurs. I run the Soulpreneur Academy, which is an extension of that bootcamp. My life has completely changed from that idea in the bath. And I would never, ever have known that if I'd have tried to map that course out and fully kind of recorded everything beforehand and got everything, prepared and thought of bigger term plans for it. I just thought, no, let's get the sales page out. I know the bones of it, know what I'm teaching. Let's do it. And that was it. And it literally changed the whole trajectory of my coaching business. So please do not underestimate the power of this inspired action. This part, if you take anything from this course, this is the best thing I want you to take. This is the best advice I can ever give you. Get the inspired action. You'll know it's inspired because you get excited. And then you'll get the pang of dread. But get that inspired action and do it. 20 seconds of insane courage and just do it. So pop in the group what is coming up for you in today's lesson. And I can't wait to hear. And the progress you're making and the shares that you're doing is incredible. So keep it up and have the best day. And let's see what comes through for you.